What's up, guys? Welcome to Just Stuff, episode 7. How are you guys doing today? My name is James, and on this podcast, we talk about Lego, movies, a whole bunch of other stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Uh, it has been about a month since my last episode, and I really apologize about that. I'm gonna be honest. Part of it is I there wasn't a lot going on to record an episode, and this episode I don't even think it's gonna be very long. But uh, and I just got life in the way. We're in the middle of summer right now, it's I just got busy. But I do have a very exciting announcement. This Friday will be episode 1 of building Vader's Castle in Lego. Yes, guys, it's finally coming. I just filmed it. You guys got a little tease about it on Twitter. I already had talked about it on live streams and I think on the podcast last episode how I had my phone, which I film mainly on, had broken, and I was getting it fixed, and it just got fixed. So I have filmed it. It should be coming out this Friday. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be super hype. It's probably gonna be a premiere. You guys are gonna be blown away. But anyway, let's get into some topics. First topic here is a different one, since usually I talk about video games first, since no Battlefront 2 stuff, obviously, since Battlefront 2's ended, and we talked about Star Wars Squadrons last time. We were talking about a bit of an older game, Spider-Man PS4. So I would presume most of you have already played this game. Uh, but yes, so this game came out in late 2018, and it was a PS4 exclusive, and it's basically just about Spider-Man, obviously. And so this game, I had seen stuff, and I wasn't like over yeah, I was excited and I watched some gameplay when it first came out and it seemed pretty interesting, but I'm not the biggest like single player guy. Like I don't play a ton of games. I really find a game and I just stick with it. But basically, the following summer, so last summer, the summer of 2019, it went on sale for like half off, I think, at Target, and then I had like a gift card like for $10 off of that, so I got it super cheap, and I was like, okay, let's play this. I'm excited, and I think I got about halfway, and then I don't know what happened. I think I just kind of got caught up in Battlefront 2, or I just forgot about it, to be honest. Or I just didn't finish it. Uh, and I enjoyed it. It's not like I didn't enjoy it the first half. I just kind of forgot about it. But then uh, I picked it up, obviously, quarantine. I'm so bored, and I was just looking at the games, and I was like, you know what? Let's finish up Spider-Man. And I played it, and oh my word, this game was so good. I do have a few complaints about it. So I played it like I didn't play at the hardest tier or anything, like the hardest level, but I will admit like some of the boss fights were a little annoying, but that's how it is in every game. But like some of the boss fights, I just like they were kind of tough, but I made it through them obviously. Um, but man, the story is just like oh, it's so good. I mean, like like at the full spoilers by the way, like at the end when the Aunt May dies, like I wasn't like fully like in the feels, but like it was kind of like hitting me kind of hard, like because I had like played all these hours as these characters, and the fact that she always knew that he was Spider-Man, like that's just like insane. And then I mean you just feel for Peter and like how he just like with like Sable, because like Sable, they should be on his side, like the police force that's trying to help defeat all the bad guys, but like they aren't, and he just feels like everyone's against him, and his mentor just betrayed him, Doc Ock, and that was kind of crazy because you could like see the hints of Doc Ock becoming like obviously becoming Doc Ock, um, and I mean the voiceovers were amazing, cutscenes some of the best I've ever seen. I mean it's just I mean I 9, 10 out of 10. I mean one of the best games I've ever played, at least as far as single players, and I haven't played a ton of single players. Uh, and also another reason why I wanted to do this is because they're coming out with like a sequel, sort of. It's a little confusing, but Spider-Man Miles Morales is coming out with the PS5 later this year. So I I assume I'm gonna play that, so I wanted to have the first game done. And obviously, you get some hints about Miles Morales at the end of the game. Um, and also, on the topic of like games, like I have I know on my PS4, I think I have The Last of Us. And as The Last of Us 2 came out, like I saw some stuff about it. Sadly, I got spoiled, but like I mean, I don't really care because I'm not super into the characters, but like I do think I want to play it, but I've heard it's like genuinely terrifying. So I don't know. I might play it, but if I do play it, you guys will see a review on that on the podcast. But that's my thoughts on Spider-Man PS4. Again, such a good game. If you guys have not played this, make sure to check it out. So that is my gaming stuff for this week. Moving on, we're gonna talk about a ton of new sets uh, that are kind of old now. The new sets that are coming out in August or September, Star Wars sets, and guys, they are so good. So let's go ahead and get on with the first one here. This is a 501st Battle Pack. We all know this is what this is. We talked about it last episode, or maybe the episode before. I don't know. We talked about it though. But yeah, it's so good. And in you know what, just this is kind of on the topic of Lego. So I had a couple sets from a while ago, towards my childhood, sort of that was Anakin's Green Interceptor and the 501st ATRT, the one from Umbara. And those sets just kind of got dismantled in my collection somehow, and I rebuilt them. And I mean, some pieces were modified because I couldn't find some pieces, but I rebuilt those two sets, and those two sets are great. But yeah, so this set again, $30. It's the best set of the wave, I think. I mean, it's got to be right. I just wanted to talk about it again, just because it's great. And I don't know how many I'm gonna buy. I might buy three, might buy four. We'll have to see. But okay, that's that. Moving on to again another small thing. Probably you guys don't care about the advent calendar. It's actually like a good advent calendar this year because if you guys can see, you have Darth Vader there, in like a little Death Star hoodie and then or sweater, excuse me. And then you have a little Poe Dameron over there in his hoodie as well. And yeah, I actually am a big fan of this advent calendar. You get that Rey minifigure from episode 9, you get a nice new Stormtrooper, another Porg, and a lot of other good builds and stuff. So I mean, I usually pick up the advent calendar every year, but I should be getting this one as well, which is very exciting. Moving on to a set that has a lot of people, it kind of split, is the AAT. So everyone agrees that these minifigures are amazing, and I saw the leaked images like pretty much right as they came out, and I freaked out when I saw these two figures. Obviously, the 332nd Trooper or the Ahsoka Trooper, and the Ahsoka Tano minifigure. Yes, I'll admit the Ahsoka Tano minifigure isn't the best. I'd say the torso and legs are amazing, but I mean the head mold. I don't think they should have kept like made the head mold like it's way too big. And then her little gray piece there, I don't know if you guys can see, like right above her head, that should be like lower down. It shouldn't be in the middle there, but I don't care. I'm buying one of these. And then the Ahsoka Trooper is perfect. And the battle droids, I don't know why we included the Kashyyyk ones. They look a little out of place, but hey, I'll take them. They're pretty cool guys. Um, and so the AAT itself, I am very happy it's back in these colors. I do like it. But as far as the build goes, I'm not a huge fan. I think it's obviously way too small. But I think for the price, it's fine. And then one thing that you can't really tell in this picture, but other pictures, the main blaster, like cannon on the top is way too long. But I think that should be easy to modify, so I'm not too worried about that. But I mean, I like the set. It's you get some insanely amazing minifigures. Hopefully, we can get that Ahsoka Trooper in a battle pack next year. But yeah, you get insanely good minifigures. You get a decent build, and overall, pretty good set. I think it's $40, so definitely gonna be buying one of these. Moving on to another set here. Hold up. Sorry, here we go. The Anakin Starfighter. So, again, I talked about the Anakin Starfighter earlier. This is another remake. This one, I'm not a big fan of. I just don't think we needed one. I guess it makes sense with the Clone Wars a little bit, but like, no. I mean, if you already have the old one, what's the point in buying this? Like, I'm looking at this build and like. There are a couple different wedges, but like everything else, there's actually a pretty cool piece of the Republic insignia on the back there, towards the back of the wing, which is cool. But even that, I bet that's a sticker. So I mean, yeah, overall, I not the biggest fan of the set. As far as minifigures go, the Anakin, if you guys watch M&R Productions, you have definitely heard about this. Guys, the Anakin is Mustafar Anakin. And yeah, so I don't know what Lego's doing there. Uh, I hate to say it, but it is a lazy move by them to include just like straight up the wrong minifigure. Like, it's just inaccurate. Like, it's not like it's the scene like right before. Like, my guy is burning. That's not the same scene as him flying in his starfighter, but yeah, okay. Well, that's that set. I probably won't be picking it up at least. I mean, maybe if I see it on sale or something. Another set, quite possibly the most controversial set, is the General Grievous Starfighter. So speaking of minifigs, so we had this image leak a long time ago, and it was so blurry, like you could barely make out the ship, but you could see like a white clone with some orange marking on it, and everybody thought it was Phase 2 Cody, and that's what some of the leaks were saying. And it's a Utapau airborne trooper, which I think is good. It's not like a bad minifigure or anything. It's just like this is such a missed opportunity to add a 212th or sorry, the Commander Cody. I don't know what I'm talking about. You could have added Commander Cody and the Airborne Trooper, and it would have been perfect. Because this set is $80, and I would I don't I'd say this is the most overpriced set in a long time. It just like when you look at it, you don't look at the piece count, you don't look at, all the specifics, you just look at it. Am I gonna pay $80 for this? And my personal answer is no, I'm not paying $80 for this. I mean, especially because we don't get that Phase 2 Cody, and Obi-Wan again is inaccurate. I mean, you can clearly see there are burnt markings in the scene where he kills General Grievous. He's not burned at all. So I mean, I love the Grievous. Grievous is good, and I mean the ship itself, outside of the price point, I think the ship looks really good, and I wish I could get it. I think it would have to be 60 or lower for me to get it. So I don't think I'm gonna be picking it up on release day, especially. But I mean, overall, it's a good build. I do like it. It does improve off the last one. Again, that price and the minifigures are really where the set falls apart. Moving on to another set here, a bit of an interesting one. It is the Galaxy's Edge set. I don't know the official name. It's like the Resistance Transport or something like that. So this is a set like I love. I love it. So a little story about Galaxy's Edge is before lockdown, I was planning to go to Galaxy's Edge in at Disney World, and I was so excited. And then obviously, coronavirus happened, and I was not able to go there. But I had been watching so many videos, just getting prepped, and so I knew exactly what the ship was. Uh, and it's insane that we're getting this. We're getting Vi Marati, like who runs around the park, and we're getting, I think his name's Lieutenant Beck, which is a pretty awesome dude there. Uh, but yeah, I really like this set. It is, I think, $100, so it is up there. And I'm gonna have to see some reviews to see what the interior looks like, but I'm sure it's pretty good. It's just a nice, like, resistance transport, obviously. I mean, it's pretty simple, but, like, I do like it. It's got a interesting build. It kind of reminds me of the Tantive a little bit. I do think maybe one more minifigure, because we get those two droids, but I think if we had one more minifigure, that would maybe make it a little better. Like, throw in just like a resistance officer or maybe a couple stormtroopers or something. But overall, I like this set. Again, the minifigures, but overall, I'm a big fan of this set. Another set here is the Death Star Final Duel, and no, this is not the exact same one as from 2014, 2015, I believe. They switched it up, and they're kind of re-releasing it though. So I would say the main, like the new thing I would say is if you guys can see up there, those red panels next to the Emperor's throne room, those were pretty much the only new thing. I mean, there's obviously a couple different details. There's a plate there, plate here, but overall, it is pretty much the same. And you have an amazing Darth Vader with arm printing. You have a Palpatine with the new hood, which I love. Luke Skywalker would have liked to maybe see that changed up a little bit, but it's okay. Um, Overall, I think the set is $100, so a bit on the pricey side, but I think there is a chance I pick this up. At least if it goes like 20% off, I'll probably pick it up. Or 10, 20, something like that. Because I do kind of need that Vader for Vader's castle, obviously. So yeah, I do like the set, and I think it's interesting how they're doing these re-releases, and I hope we see more of these in the future. With some older, Clone War sets or something like that. But yeah, big fan of this. I hope Lego does more of this. But yeah, so I believe that that might be it for all the sets except for oh wait, we have one more here. The Knights of Ren ship. The Night Buzzard is the official name. And I like this set a lot. I really do. It is I man, I believe it's $80. I might be wrong on that. But it's somewhere around that. But I like it. And yes, maybe if we got like one more minifigure, it would have been nice. Like maybe like throwing Finn in there, because three minifigures just kind of feels like off. But we complete the Knights of Ren, which Knights of Ren look amazing like that. And then the ship itself just looks cool. I mean, it's just, they throw in a couple, gray plates and stuff, which some people have complained about, but I mean, I don't mind it. It's fine. But yeah, I do really like this set. And I think I'll probably pick it up. Probably not right on release day, but sometime in the future. Okay, so that is it for all the sets releasing, I think in August or September or whatever, except for a brand new theme got revealed. This was rumored for the longest time. It is called Lego Art. So here we go. I'm going to pull up the first one right here. Lego Star Wars is getting one. The official title is The Sith. So this is a little picture of all three of them right there on a shelf. And you can see all those right there. I'm going to pull up some smaller images. Okay, so right here we have Darth Maul. So basically, let me explain these sets to you guys, even though you might have already heard of them. But so basically, you pay $120. You get the option to build three different models, at least for the Star Wars one. You get Darth Maul, you get Darth Vader, and you get Kylo Ren. Those are your three options. Personally, I don't really know which one I'm gonna build. I think Maul, but I don't know. But you also have the option to tear them apart with that giant brick separator they added, which is awesome, and rebuild another one. So here we have Darth Maul. I think I like him. Some people have complained about the blue, but from a distance, the blue looks good. So Darth Maul, big fan. Let's see. The next one here is that's a little sneak peek. But don't look at that one. We have Kylo Ren. So Kylo Ren, I like a lot. I like how they have the sabers going through the middle of the picture. I think Kylo Ren just looks good. Like I think his face mask is like it's a good thing. Like it suits like a mosaic like this. So Kylo Ren, I do really like. Again, I don't know which one I'm gonna build. Darth Maul is probably my leading one right now, just because I love that character. But here's another one we have. Here's the box art as well. So we have Darth Vader. I think this one might have had a little too much blue, but from a distance, it looks pretty good. Uh, and I like the reflection of the lightsaber on his face. That looks really cool. So I don't know. I think Maul or Vader are the ones I'll build, but we'll have to see. But basically, if you buy three of these, so yes, that is a lot of money. um, you get this, which when I saw that, I was really confused, and then I understood what it was. And man, oh man, am I tempted to buy three of them. Do I think I will do it? No, I don't think I'm gonna buy three of them. But look at how amazing that is. And the fact that it's vertical is like so cool. It says massive Darth Vader, and it looks perfect. It looks amazing. So that is my favorite one, obviously. But I think I'm gonna build one of the two. We'll have to see. But again, I do really like this theme. And we are getting set for the Beatles, for Marilyn Monroe, and the other set I'm going to talk about is the Iron Man set. So we are getting one off the MCU This is the Iron Man Mark One, and I do really like this. And I do think at some point, definitely not like anytime soon, but in the future sometime, I probably will pick this up, at least one of them. I do really like it. So this is the Mark One. That's one of the options. Another option is the Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron, which I love the Hulkbuster. I think it's really cool. I just don't think I'm gonna build it because the Mark One just means a lot more to me than the Hulkbuster does. And then we have the Iron Man Mark 85 armor from Endgame, and this one and the Mark One are kind of competing because Mark 85 is his last suit, Mark One is his first suit, or it's sorry, excuse me, I didn't mean to say Mark One. It's Mark 3, but like his first, it's his first suit that like is actually functionable and stuff. But okay, so there you go. I like those a lot. Again, I'll pick it up sometime. Again, just not right now. And these as well form into a massive Iron Man Mark III like repulsor blast, and I love this. Uh, I like how it's different from I like how it's different from the Darth Vader where it's landscape now instead of horizontal. But I'm a big fan of this one too. And again, I'm tempted to buy three of them. Do I think I'll do it? No. Do I want to? Yeah. So again, big fan of this set. This whole theme in general, big fan of it. Really hope Lego does more of that in the future. Okay, onto some movie talk. Starting off first off here. We are going to talk about a brand new movie that just came out on Apple TV Plus, Greyhound, starring Tom Hanks. Tells a story about a convoy of Allied Navy ships crossing the Atlantic in the like dead zone, so where they have no air support cover. And so it is where or not British, whoops, German U-boats attempt to attack his fleet, and he has to, fend them off and stuff. So this movie, this poster is the best one I could find. As you can see, it was originally supposed to release this summer, and Sony was going to distribute the movie, and then with quarantine, it got delayed indefinitely. Couldn't find a release date. And then there was a huge bidding war between Apple TV Plus and somebody else. I think it may have been Warner Brothers on HBO Max. It was one of those, I think. But they fought over it, and Apple TV Plus won it for 70 million, which is insane. And it dropped yesterday or 2 days ago. So last Friday, or I don't even know, guys. It dropped on Friday. I'm recording this on Monday. It dropped on Friday, and I watched it a couple nights ago, and this movie's great. Like I talked about it on Twitter a little bit, and I said I'd talk about it more here. And so here's the main complaint I would say with this movie, and I've seen other people complain about it. The script isn't the strongest thing. I'm just gonna be honest. Tom Hanks wrote the script. I think his screenplay writing is good. I just don't think it's out of. It's just I don't think it's insane, but I would say like he doesn't give pretty much any depth to any of the characters, but the movie doesn't rely on the characters as much as it does the action and the visual effects, uh, and the main story. I mean, you know, really the only like you don't like the main character, Tom Hanks' character. I mean, he likes this girl and he's like maybe gonna marry her, and that's one plot point he has. His feet bleed. Um, what's another plot point? He sharpens his pencil. Like that's one of the plot points. It's just not like he doesn't have a lot of depth, but you do focus on his character the entire time. But it isn't relying on that. Like I wasn't bored during this movie. Like for 1 second, I wasn't bored. And I'm saying all these complaints, but like that really didn't. I didn't really think about it a ton during the actual film. But yeah, the overall story very good. Very insane how that many people were lost at sea and gave their lives for the United States, which is just crazy. But yeah, like I mean, the visual effects, I wouldn't say they were perfect, but I think they were pretty solid. I mean, a lot of the shots, like especially they had a couple. shots that looked like they were almost drone shots, but obviously it was just visual effects, but it was like really high in the air. And I really like those shots. Those shots were good. Uh, yeah, I mean, it was a great film. I definitely recommend it. I would definitely say this is the greatest movie of the summer. There's no competition there. But yeah, I really do. I really did like it. It's one of my favorites of the year for sure. Obviously, I haven't seen a ton of films this year, but yeah, I mean, big fan of it. I just, yeah, I always love, war movies. I think they're good. They tell very real, important stories. So I'd actually probably give, I mean, for entertainment level, I'd probably give an 8.5 out of 10. Overall, probably an 8. Just, the script, because that pulls it down just a little bit. But overall, great film. You should definitely watch it if you have Apple TV Plus. Moving on to our next film here, we're going to talk about another old one, Shazam. So yes, guys, I know, this came, as you can see right there, that came out April 5th. Uh, but yeah, that was a year ago, a little over a year ago. Okay, so here's the thing. The marketing for this film, I loved it. I was so excited. I didn't really know who the character was, but I was like, DC film, new IP, let's do it. I'm in. And I just never saw it. I I don't remember the reason why I never saw it. Like I wish I did, but I don't. I may have been busy. I think I just forgot about it, and then when it came out on like VOD, like I just kind of forgot about it, and then here's the secret to how I watched this. So I went on a trip a couple weeks ago. I took the right precautions, guys. I promise. I wore a mask, everything. Uh, but I got on like the airlines like free movie thing, and they had Shazam, and I had watched half of the movie. I think like 6 months ago. Or, like, no, maybe at like Christmas. Yeah, yeah, so like 6 months ago, I think around Christmas time, I watched the first half of Shazam and I loved it, and then I just never finished it. And then I finished it on the plane. It was great. It was maybe the weirdest experience I've ever had with a film. But it was fun. So that's my story of how I watched Shazam. But overall, I mean, I liked it. I don't think it's like the greatest superhero movie of all time. I think it doesn't, you know, the scale of the movie, it doesn't want to be a big movie, which I like. It's different. It's not the same as Avengers Endgame. You can't compare those. It's a very small story just about this guy who, uh, this kid who gets superpowers but turns into adult. It's really weird. I think Zachary Levi, he just played his role out of the park. I mean, it was insane. Like the way he captured a kid in an adult body, it was just like so interesting. And yeah, I loved it. I thought the action was good. I thought the main story was good. The villain, I don't know if I loved. Is his name like Dr. Evazan? Or I don't know. I might be wrong. Something like that. He was a doctor guy. But yeah, I mean, I did like the villain. I'm excited for the sequel. It should be fun. But yeah, I don't have a ton to say about the film, but overall, I liked it. I'd probably give it 7.5 to 8. If I had to say one complaint, I saw a couple people complain about this. I didn't really mind it as much, but there are some really dark scenes in this movie. Like it's pretty fun, lighthearted. Kid's a superhero film, and then there's like demons biting people's heads off in one scene. Like I'm just like, okay, like I don't care about this, but that was really scary. So yeah, I mean, that's the one complaint. It's some of its tone. It doesn't really have a consistent tone like usually it does, and then sometimes it'll drop down. But overall, I enjoyed it. And moving on to another one, which I bet most of you have watched in some form, Hamilton. So I want to go into this saying that I have never seen Hamilton on Broadway. I have listened to some of the soundtrack. I went into this pretty much completely blind. Uh, and first off, I loved it. It was so good. I mean, and I really want to see it on Broadway now. I know some people who've seen it on Broadway, uh, and they said it was amazing, and I can't even imagine what it would be like seeing it on Broadway, or just yeah, obviously at a theater. But yeah, Hamilton is so good. Okay, so if you guys don't even know, first off, check it out. It's on Disney Plus. I bet most of you have Disney Plus. Check it out. So basically, it's one of our founding fathers, Alexander Hamilton, and he's kind of like everyone knows about him. Like they know who he is, but they just don't know really what he did. Like I knew some stuff about him, but like he did a lot of stuff, which is crazy. And so overall for musicals, I wouldn't say I'm like the biggest musical guy. I have seen The Lion King on Broadway, and that was one of the greatest experiences I've ever seen, or one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And I've also seen the Newsies, obviously, but I didn't see it on Broadway. But I've seen the film, which I really enjoyed. And Hamilton, I think is my favorite. It's close to Lion King, but like if I see Hamilton in person, Hamilton will win. Uh, but so it tells the story of our founding father, and the way this musical is different than other musicals is the way it tells the story. Most musicals, a lot of singing, obviously, and this has it sings the entire time, but they like do some like rapping, so it brings such like a fresh tone to such like old content, from all the way back when America started. But like, there's a lot of rapping, and they literally straight up have a rap battle, which is amazing. And yeah, music, loved it. I'm gonna be just jamming 24/7 to that music now. Love the music. Um, Lin-Manuel Miranda, he wrote it. The writing was incredible. Um, the he obviously plays Hamilton, and he was amazing. I mean, oh my word, like 10 out of 10 performance. I can't remember her name, but the lady who plays his wife, amazing performance. I mean, her voice is amazing too. Everybody's voice is amazing. But yeah, great performance from her. I think obviously the standout one that everyone talks about is Thomas Jefferson. His performance was insane. Such a good performance. He just brought such like a fun, like just like livelihood, like just like such a fun aspect to the character of Thomas Jefferson. Uh, I'd say my favorite songs. I did like the toast song of the sisters doing a toast to Alexander Hamilton at their wedding, and to the sister. I liked obviously the first song, like he is Alexander Hamilton. Like everyone knows that song. I don't even know if that's the name of it, but I don't know. I can't think of it. Like, oh, I like George Washington's song where he kind of does his main introduction. Uh, but yeah, I mean, oh, Aaron Burr also his character, or Aaron Burr the actor, or wait, the character of Aaron Burr, the guy who played him, did an amazing job. So yeah, I mean Hamilton, 9.5 out of 10, A minus. I mean, so good. Uh, I don't even know where I would say the flaws are, but I mean, there's probably some in there. But overall, Hamilton was amazing. And yes, like I do really want to see it on Broadway now. Moving on to, I believe, our last topic. Like I said, it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter episode this week. Our last topic, Agents of Shield. So spoilers again. I can't remember where we left off. I believe it was 3 episodes in, something like that. But anyway, Agents of Shield is so much fun. I'm loving it. I really am. If I think, yeah, was that last episode? Was that before last episode? Uh, I'd had some troubles with Agents of Shield and watching it. If you guys follow me on Twitter, but I figured it out. That was just a little annoying. But I'm just gonna talk about the last episode specifically, and so it's the one about Deacon Mac. Oh my word, that was such a fun episode. I loved it. All the 80s references, like to Chopping Mall, and then there was insane, like literally the reference that was to Predator. I'm not gonna, be, say any bad words here, but where, they Arnold goes, "You son of a," and then they do the handshake. It's just like they literally did that in the thing, and it was like so cool to see that. And yes, I said this on Twitter. I do want to be a part of Deke Squad. Deke Squad was amazing. I think they were the Chang brothers, or the Chang Gang, I think was their name. Love those guys. The Russian person, loved her. What was it? I can't remember the other girl's name. But yeah, I mean, all of them. I really like that. Okay, here's one I would say like it's kind of a filler episode if I'm being honest, and it doesn't really add to the main plot line of the season that much. But that's a pretty darn good filler episode if I do say so myself. Couple things about the whole season, as the season as a whole. I am enjoying it. I think the Chronicom plot line, I'm ready to get done with that one. I'm excited to see what's going on with Malik. I think he's going to become the main villain. Uh, I also do like how next week in the little like promo clip we're gonna see Jiaying, obviously Daisy's mom. So that's gonna be exciting to see her again because they're going in the past. As far as like hopes and dreams, I still feel like we just need something like bonkers. Like we need some good MCU connections. We've obviously had a couple, but I just need some good ones. I don't. I mean, obviously we're not gonna see him, but dude, what if Sam Jackson came into this? That would be insane. But we will not be seeing Sam Jackson. I'm just gonna assume that. Also, I love Daniel Souza. Loving him as a character. Uh, Good stuff there. I don't know where Fitz is. I don't know why he like. I, I, he's in this poster right now, but he hasn't appeared in the season yet. So hopefully we'll see him soon. But anyway, Agents of Shield is doing really good. I like it. We're about halfway through the final season, which dang, that's weird to say it's the final season, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. As I said, this Friday will be the episode one or part one of Building Invaders Castle in Lego. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great day. And if you guys want, you can check me out in the description on Twitter, Instagram, here on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, give me a subscribe, give me a like. Also, if you are listening on any other podcast streaming platform, I'm on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all those other podcast streaming platforms. You have to look up BricksNStuff or just the stuff. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Peace out, guys. Bye.